Hello, right now you'll be studying bacterial relationship with each other and with other organisms as well. Now, bacterial relationship means the relation between bacteria and others, and relation between bacteria with bacteria. So we are studying this from bacteria's point of view, from bacteria's livelihood point of view, and there are about 5 of them. There's the antagonistic. When it comes to bacteria and bacteria, there are some bacteria species which intentionally are hyper-competitive in nature and start producing toxins that actually fight against other bacteria. These are antagonistic bacteria. Nobody share bacteria here. It's not like the other bacteria is competing with it. They just keep producing these toxins to keep other bacteria away from them. They are antagonistic. There's a parasitic bacteria. This one infects other bacteria, like infect other bacteria or themselves and feed on each other. Some may even eat bacteria very well. You remember there's a bacteria species called the Balos. These Balos are carnivorous bacteria. They eat bacteria's life, like they phagocytosize bacteria, just like our immune white blood cell phagocytosize other cells. These bacteria are called Balos, B-A-L-O, with a small s. You get these bacteria phagocytosize other bacteria. You get these are kinds of parasites, only that these parasites are the one feeding, eating it from the outside and not from the inside. But whatever is actually gaining more from any other organism is parasitic. Either is the big one that is swallowing the small one, or the small one that is eating the big one from the inside. Either or both of them are parasites. You get what I'm saying now? So that is the parasitic ones, and it's plenty. I've given you as an example of parasitic bacteria. That is bacteria parasitism, which is the one that happens with Balos and others. You get what I'm saying now? Antagonistic is Bacillus species with other species. Mutualisms are cooperation of different other bacteria working together in close relationship to get our fight for each other. For instance, now if you look at the condition of Escherichia coli and Clostridium tetani, if you look at the best way they could combine themselves very well. One likes oxygen, the other doesn't really like it. Once they work together, their byproducts are different from each other, and then they can work together to become a big, strong community that will actually protect each other and they give each other what they want. Also, commensalism is a situation where one gains, the other does not gain or lose. But be careful, every commensal relationship can always lead back to parasitism very, very fast, or antagonism. Antagonism is not even the one that will happen because one is already gaining from the other. So since one is already gaining from the other one will just want to defend itself when this one actually starts to parasitize. That is what happens there. And there is neutralism, where nothing is gained or lose at all. Both bacteria does not gain from each other nor lose from each other. This happens in bacteria where their needs and byproducts are totally different and does not concern each other. They do not affect each other. And this kind of bacteria are the adult bacteria. They've actually undergone a lot of stress, that they've been resistant to almost everything that any other bacteria wants to produce as byproduct, while their need is now what any other bacteria may not even need at the same time. So those are the level of neutralism, where they cannot be affected with what any other person or any other bacteria did, and their need is not as much as other bacteria, or it's not the same as what other bacteria needs. That is where they get to the neutralism level. So they may not be contributing, they are neutral at that point. Now, when they start contributing, they become the keystone of a commensal relationship. You get where they can actually then they become antagonistic when that one become parasitic on them. So it's not like they antagonize it for no reason, but it's a self-defense. So it's not antagonistic at that point. It's parasitic host relationship, where the host tries to survive when the parasite tries to kill the host, and until the commensal part becomes neutral back again. You get maybe when the neutral one, when the previous neutral one was now able to learn and overcome the chemicals that is causing it to be parasited in the first place. Yeah, it's that point in time it becomes neutral back. Because you get what I'm saying? So that's where that kind of relationship happens. That is from bacteria to bacteria. And now when we're talking about bacteria to other things, other animals, what is major is still parasitism, mutualism, and commensalism. When bacteria is living in other animal cells, then it will never be neutral. It cannot. It will only be either commensal, mutual, or parasitic. It will not be antagonistic too. It cannot. You get what I'm saying? Antagonistic is you are not gaining from it, but you are trying to kill it. and co-share. That's what antagonistic is. So it's either it will be parasitism, like the cases of Brucella, abortus, or Escherichia coli in the wrong place, like the urinary tract, or you get what I'm saying now. So that is what happens when parasitism starts. Then the body host cells try to fight against that. No, you cannot cause me problem. You came here and you want to cause me problem. No. While at the same time, mutualism is when both of them actually now start to gain from each other. Maybe they fought the war and then they've come to a truce. Okay, I will give you this, you to give me this. You get, and then they start producing from each other, and they're no longer harming each other again because their benefit is higher than their harm at that point in time. So no more harm, more benefit after they cross each other. That is the one for mutualism. And the commensalism is, I'm talking about the heterogeneous animal bacterial and heterogeneous bacteriology, now bacteria with other forms of living organism. While the commensalism is always on the bacteria side, is always the bacteria that does not contribute at that point in time, and then the other organism keep contributing, but because it's not armed, it doesn't do anything. It is commensal at that point in time. And when it's neutral, it means it doesn't even, the both of them are just living somewhere, so you cannot call them parasitic, or they don't have any much of a relationship with each other. So that one will just be treated and poured away. It cannot be in the heterogeneous category. That is how it is. And thank you. Have a nice day. Next time when you hear all these terms, you should really know how to apply them to real life situations too, because I just use real life situation to explain the bacteriology relationships. Thank you very much. God bless you. And meet you.